Actually, before I married Brother Willoughby, I wrote down a list of things that I had to have in a life partner. Not true. Okay? Maybe you want somebody who is responsible versus unreliable. Okay? I could not stand an unreliable person. It would drive me to suicide almost. He came and got me at work. He started my car. Not bad. It was freezing weather, and how cold would it be? How cold was it where we went to school? -10, 15 below. Okay? And yeah, it was freezing. Snow would be as tall as my head and over when it snowed. And so then you'd go out from the dorm. The boys' dorm was very far away from the girls' dorm. They want to make sure there's no monkey business, right? So they keep the boys up on the hill and the girls in the valley. And it would be time to go. Yeah, they were very smart. So it would be time to go to work, and the snow would be falling, and my car would be covered in snow. And I was so poor because I was working full-time job. Well, I was working 3 jobs, and he was working a full-time job, and I had 3 side jobs. We both paid our own way through Bible school because we were both older when we went. So we had to pay our own bills, buy our own food, blah, blah, blah. And so he did several things to catch my attention because he was very reliable. When my car wheels were lousy, he went to the junkyards and searched and got me car tires cheap and would put them back on my car. We were just friends. And I thought, wow, very considerate. One of my qualities, considerate. Not bad. And so then he would do things like every time we got time to, he waxed it. Yeah, he did all kinds of stuff. Now how come you don't wax the car? Now that I think of it, huh? Anyway, back to the subject. And my car wouldn't, so every day when it got time to go to work, I was so broke. By the time I paid my school bill, I did not have any money even to buy my dinner. So I happened to work for lawyers in a bank downtown, and I would get to work, and I would have to get there before they closed up the cafeteria, because the cafeteria in that place allowed you to access the vending machines, and you could get lots of things by a certain time for free. So I would tell Steve, and he would every day, because I was too poor to buy a new battery. So sad. So he would come down with his car, and every day he would put his jumper car cables on my lousy battery, and he would scrape my windows in my car while I'm in the dorm looking out the window. Oh, it's so cold out there. And look at him. He's scraping my windows, and he's starting my car. He's so nice. And I would stay in the warm, and I'd wave as he's scraping. And then I would go outside, and he would start the car, and he would turn the heater on, and it would be all warm for me. And I'd run out, and I'd jump in the car, and I'd drive to work, and I would get there just in time, about 10 minutes before they closed the cafeteria, and I would go to the vending machines and get my free milk and my free this and my free that, and that's what I ate for dinner at work because I didn't have enough money. My parents didn't pay my way through school. So he would always take care of me. He was very responsible. If I said my car needed this, if I got stuck at work and my car wouldn't start, I knew for sure I could call him, even before we started courting. There was a guy I liked who was Mr. Hunk, and he was, the one everybody was after, and I let him use my car, and he made a trip, and he was so irresponsible on the trip. Going down the road, he ran it out of oil. Another guy used my car, so irresponsible, running down the highway, and he turns the car off. Damaged my car. Couldn't stand it. I thought, so irresponsible. I could never marry somebody like that. But him, I could call and say, I'm stuck. The one guy, Mr. Hunk, who used my car, never even brought my car. I can't even leave work. I have no way to get home. Steve would say, never mind, I'll punch out from work, and I'll come and get you. Just stay there. I'll come and get you. I didn't know who else to call. Okay? I knew he was responsible during the years that I knew him. He had an ulterior motive. Okay? Maybe you want somebody who has wisdom. Maybe you want somebody who has wisdom instead of natural inclinations. Maybe all they can do is what feels right and what's natural to the mind. It's acceptable in society. It's politically correct. You want politically correct, or do you want God's wisdom? Now, these are things you have to actually read and you have to think about. Otherwise, you get a partner that you have to compromise on, and you don't get exactly what you want. Maybe you want somebody who loves and isn't selfish, that their priority is to give to other basic needs without having a personal reward as their motive. Maybe you like somebody who has a lot of enthusiasm instead of apathy. You can't stand to, they just sit around and don't want to do anything. It's like, whatever. Don't care. Maybe you want somebody that expresses the joy in their soul. Then you better write that down. Or you could end up with Mr. Apathy, who doesn't care about anything. All right? Maybe you want somebody who has flexibility, that isn't so stuck and cannot bend in one way. Then you better consider that as one of your qualities. So I'm going to give you about 5 minutes and look down through either the negative traits or look down through all of the lists that I gave you of some positive qualities. Now let me tell you this. Your qualities may change as you get older. But you have to start with something so that you can recognize who in the group has those qualities. Otherwise, you're just going by the I. And you're looking at the I, and you don't base it on anything that is a good quality. So talk with each other and work on it. Not that you have to tell them what you're choosing. Not that you're saying, hey, you got this quality or not? Hey, what's your quality? I write down what you like because I want you. Huh? Tell me. No. You could talk with each other if you don't understand what some of them are, Just look at a few of them. Please be realistic. Jesus isn't available. Please be realistic. Jesus is not available. You can't have perfection. It was cute. We had a lady at Bible school. Her list, it's okay. You could chat as long as you're also listening. Her list had, she wanted the guy to play a violin. She wanted the guy to be this. What was her list? It was like phenomenal. It was so specific, but you know what? She got them all. There was only one guy that fit that quality, that could play the violin, could play a piano, wanted to be an evangelist, and the list just went on and on and on. It was like mind-blowing. I go, you're going to be single the rest of your life. She actually got what she wrote down. Point in case, when Brother Willoughby and I got ready to go back to America, in fact, one time we were going to Thailand, and he said, have you written down what you want God to help you find in Thailand when we're shopping? Because our income was very limited. Have you made a list of what you wanted? I said, no, I didn't get around to it. We went to Thailand. When we got there, it was the water festival. Not one woman's shop was open. He wrote a list of everything he wanted. The only things that were open during the water festival was the things he wanted on his list. Painful lesson. I didn't get anything. You make a list of what you wanted. I put down the character qualities I wanted, but I also put down I wanted a man who likes to cook. Why did I put down I wanted a man who likes to cook? Because I don't want to do all the cooking. Not too hard to figure, right? Sister Faith put down she wanted a man who doesn't mind cleaning. And he doesn't mind cleaning. He don't mind. He don't like, but he don't mind. Fair enough. So you must put down some things you think you want. I personally did not want to do all the cooking. Why did I not want to do all the cooking? Because I knew I had interest to do things for God. And I am not superwoman. I can't